Hello, everybody. How's it going? I'm Bodie Werner. This is the Creativity Show. I am co-hosting while Claire Cooley is getting to her positions. And let's see, she's at her battle station. Here she is. Hello there.
Hey everybody, thanks for being here. Thanks, Bodie. We're gonna have a creativity show about creativity, doing it many different ways. We're gonna start with, I'd like to show a stenciled outfit on these live streams to give an idea of what you can do with ordinary clothes to make them art to wear. And there's scarf, which can also act as a blouse, which I'll show you, but this dress that can be worn. And I love the way the used store, sometimes I take stuff off the rack, or I used to.
XYZ.
XYZ?
Examine your zipper.
Oh, shh.
You're fine.
Oh my God. Anyone who saw that, please erase it from your memory and any storage material.
Nothing show.
That is the worst yet of wardrobe malfunction. Anyway, so let's get back to happy stuff. I love the way this dress moves with the simple maple leaf and different golden metallic paints, and this jacket and this scarf that can turn into a blouse with a couple little
Nice.
I just like to play with things. And there's a few maple leaves and stencils, and there we go. So now we're going to get into painting on paper, and this, can you show the four that I've gotten that far with? Bump the light there, maybe.
Yeah, it's not making it easy for me, but here you go. Here they are. Who cares?
So it starts with primordial potential, my own creation story belief system, helps me, hurts no one. Second is Quonset Quandary me as my first home outside of my mother under the monsoon rains and my feeling of connected to the universe. Then we have, 2-year-old floating in a sea of feathers that were floating in the sky. All these colors and all that softness. And then the fourth, Sprinkler Silky, was my beautiful world that I could recreate in my mind around me that I'd seen in nature and imagined. So the next one I'm going to bring out to show you. This one is called Bright Bubble. I like to give myself the creative challenge of coming up with an alliteration title for things like these paintings. And so Bright Bubble is me as maybe 5-year-old, 6, somewhere in there, and here's the earth, as I used to imagine a bubble of light around me, and I could float out above San Diego, my second home, after the desert, and I could float out to sea or out to space or wherever. So we're going to do a little on this one today. And when I say we, last live stream did something that I've never done before, which was paint with someone. That someone was Bodhi. So we're going to continue that. We did this Deep Space Sky with Sumi ink and brushes, big wide one, and I used a smaller one. And today we're going to put some stars in it. So, but before we do that, I'm going to get the one that is a sketch.
Cool. You want what?
Huh?
Yeah, go for it. She's over here. She's coming back.
The watercolor paper, stretching it wet on a piece of masonite and then taping it down. We have video of how I do that. It's very simple, but it also has to be done. And sometimes, like this one side may snap away from the board and you have to retape it. And if you do too much painting on it, not much, any significant painting, the paper will wobble if it's not taped down. So I like to keep it taped down until I'm in the final drawing phase, meaning no more wet medium. So, did you see that? Did they see?
Yes.
I'll tell a little bit about this story before we go to Bright Bubble. This is Peace Path. And this is me disappearing behind the weeds and making a dandelion trail that led to the bridge under the weeping willow, where I made mobiles out of anything I could find except for animal droppings. I never used animal droppings. And here's me sitting under the tree. And that was my school. Nature and the cosmos is still my school. So that's what I did when other kids were going to class. Anytime I could get away with it in any place we lived. All right, now, how about let us go to Bright Bubble. I'm going to put this where it can't fall and I have to take it again.
I'm gonna check in here. You keep setting up.
And I'm going to set up, how many minutes do you need before, if you want to do some stars?
You just get set up. I'll keep going until you're ready.
Okay.
Use the time in here.
All right. Well, I would say I probably need 2 minutes. So over here, I have paints and I put an upside down lid on them so they don't dry out. If they're acrylic, they will dry out and become unusual. Watercolor I love because anytime you rehydrate it, one of the many reasons I love it, it comes back to life and will flow and you can do whatever you want with it. Whereas acrylic, you have to keep it tight, lid, air doesn't dry it out situation. Okay, that's tough. I might sit down to open that. I did it. Okay, anytime you're ready, we can do this.
Okay.
Meaning, I started in the last live stream because when I got there, I thought for the first time, that could be really helpful to have 2 sets of hands doing this next part because it has to all be wet and the pigment. Let me put that somewhere else. We have a certain amount of work at times, so 4 hands is twice as many as 2.
Be right there.
Nature may have been my school, but I could add 2 and 2. There we go. So we're going to take little points of stars way out there in distant space, and so we need some thick, not watery, and some cheater glasses would really help me find the most delicate brush points I have here. And there we go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so how's this placement for,
Looks good.
are they seeing it?
That's what they see.
We want them to be able to see this too. Can we do split screen?
Yep.
Half and half vertical?
Yes.
And if I had, yeah, no, that should be good. Okay. I'm not. Could you come over here and help me move things? First, you just hold this, and I will put the lid back on it. Be breathing it. And hold this, and I'm gonna scoot so that it's the right part. How's that? Now you want to line that up? You're better at that than I am? Working?
They don't need to see the whole canvas, right?
That's fine. That's really good.
Press record when you want to start recording.
Did you hold that? And now all these surfaces around here, but none of them are quite right. Okay, I'll trade you. No, then the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a little corner of it really thick.
Okay.
And before it goes into there or any of that comes up here, these should be nice big stars out there in space. And obviously we don't want the paint on the side, we want it on the tip.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of just scrape it down the best we can because we hate to waste. Why don't you take these 2 other brushes out of my hand? Okay, now I'm going to just go for it.
Great.
Okay?
So far, very subtle.
I like to start subtle
Good.
because if you start subtle, if you mess up, it's more of a subtle mess up. And then when you know what you're doing, you go for it. And kind of
Careful. It's got a lot of...
lot of viscousness. Okay, so here's the thick part. Get a little bit. Do you want me to give you my brush?
Should I put that chair where you can set that down?
No. You should let me move around this. Okay, maybe I'll get on this side and you get on that side and you try soft. You start soft and go for random. Ooh, that's big enough. Now, I have noticed in some of the, not just my memories being out there, but photographs I've seen that for some reason when we see photographs from Earth out into the cosmos, we see all these galaxies, but often I've seen photographs taken from spaceships, satellites, whatever, that have very few stars. So we're not going to go much further than this. But luckily, we get to use this same on the next painting. Well, it's good planning. I think it needs a big one up here.
I think it has to do with the exposure of the cameras. The longer you let the image expose, the more light it gathers. Long exposure photograph can see more stars. Stars are dim.
Okay, good to know. Thanks for the science lesson. And
Not any more stars? Are we done?
I think this is done, which means that now we put some on the edge, because that's what we like to do. And you give me the wet ones. We put the dry ones back in.
You also like to rub up against things, so
I do
get
too.
that off the edge.
Yes, I do.
Black outfit.
Oh, I do. I'm a foul-mouthed nature fairy, he called me. But I'm also kind of messy elegant. And okay, let's leave it over there and we're gonna get number 2. Quonset Quandary is gonna get some more stars in the universe. And then we're going to go to golding up the grass in Sprinkler Silky, because it's taking too much attention away from the happy dance in the sprinkler. Okay, now these are small, is really important. Pick a brush and I could use my glasses I left on that side. And if it's positioned right now, obviously, this is long exposure. Lots of stars.
Got a spot here if you want to set your paint down.
That's the intense corner. Okay, we won't move this. Is it in? Yes. All right, so you can start here and go this way, and I'll go this way. But once again, random and delicate. The ones that have the watercolor paint over just look further away.
dotting.
Yes.
Little teeny dots.
Of light in the universe. I'm here with some bright white. I moved that, so be careful. And I'm going to brighten her up just a tad bit. So you've drawn a lot and you've written a lot and you've made a lot of movies, but working on a painting, I don't remember many such experiences.
Well, it's either with you or a little bit, in school, art class. Not a lot of painting experience, so this is fun.
Good.
And unique.
What's it like? Tell them about it.
Well, I mean, I'm adding the little embellishments on a whole story you've told here. So I feel like I'm just adding the cherry on top, which is very nice. And yeah, paint is a tactile experience. What you see is what you get.
Okay, I think there's a teeny bit more and then we're done. I'd say that there's a
Few spots in here that need some.
you don't want to forget the corners. Love the corners in life. Generally speaking.
Yeah, well, when there's no undo button, it feels, you take your time. What
There
I feel
you
like.
go. Thank you for saying that. That's what I was hoping. Something like that would be spoken. That is why I call myself chronically creative. It is why as a little girl I chose creativity as my path. And whatever I had to work with, we can move this now, and we're going to move another one over here. So I'm going to take this and put this on the stool. I'll take the painting. And these while I went with that, we do this with them. They should stay right there. Now we're going to get down sprinkler silky, and just like this. Yeah, that's very subtle, but I like. So that what you just said, when there's no undo button, you have to slow down. Well, slowing down is good for us. It's good for our brains, our hearts, our circulatory system, our mood, our facial expressions. Oh, I'm over there, not over there. So slowing down and using our hands and our imagination and our eyes and all of our senses to create is meditative and healing. That's why they call it creative reverie. So now we're going to do some gold, and we're going to do it everywhere that there's green, but as all the green.
All right. And I'll watch your technique first.
Generally a good idea.
Certainly.
Okay, here's the gold, right?
I don't need to. You don't have to feel like I need to participate. It's high stakes. I don't want to mess anything up.
I would not ask you to do something that I thought would mess up, and not be repairable, because I'm very, I don't like to waste.
Good.
So I'm going to suggest something that's going to be, like always, very conservative. And we will move slowly till we figure it out.
Fantastic.
And that is part of the slowing down. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little gold in here. I'm gonna move this, and then we're gonna put a little water. Could you hand me that little pitcher?
This?
Little,
This guy?
it's got water in it. And then my glasses right here.
No, take a sip.
Are we live?
She gave me how could you have said that look?
Are we live? And
Yeah.
you just suggested your mother sip the painting fluid?
I like to get her goat.
I don't know. I think you want to be careful.
Yeah.
I think you do. You want to be real careful. You got my drawl.
I did. I got the draw. You got a question on YouTube. Is that a seal I see?
Yes, that is a seal pup, and one of my best friends, my imaginary, they're not imaginary, seal pups live. Okay, so I'm just gonna let you hold that, close this up tight. And so do, leafy seahorses and tortoises, and they all do exist. But hanging out and doing the sprinkler dance with them, that's my creative imagination at play. And that's why it's so joyous. Okay, now, what we're going to try to achieve is the least amount of liquid so we don't, on the paper, so we don't wrinkle it.
Okay.
And I'd like you to have the phone off, maybe on the stool there, on the chair. Now I'm like this, and you're gonna take that brush, and it's wet, and I'm gonna see what works. And when I think it's working, see how little I touched in there to see?
Sure.
So we're gonna start in a low stakes area.
Right, you're getting that's drippiness in it.
Because
So you're mixing water with acrylic paint here.
yes, and trying to stipple it into the brush.
I see.
I don't know if I made up the word stick. The word stipple does exist. Ah, there we go.
Fine brush fibers.
Make it kind of like grass, but it's muting it because it's too bright greens. It kind of takes over the sprinkler. I want the golden grass of the Southern California summer to just fade away. It's about having just a little bit on the brush.
Oh, watch.
Okay, I'm gonna come to that side because, yeah. On the way over there, I'm gonna look at it from here, and I'd say that it's working,
Great.
which is important.
So you got a question on Facebook about what paint you're using, and this is golden acrylic. Brand is golden. It is also gold colored. And we have a link in the description of the video. You can go see the materials that she uses, or you can see the paint.
Well, and
And she's mixing it with water, and she's being very delicate right now, using very little paint.
the whole idea is to get these grassy-like lines. Grassy-like lines. The brush that Bodhi's holding, I've got more water in that, is going to be used to get in close when we get there. I'm saving the biggest area for last so that I got the technique by the time I get there. Can happen.
It's got a kind of a takes a little moment to set, so you can kind of work with it if you're quick. I'm trying to hold the canvas here so it doesn't move under.
Bring it this way toward me. I need to get all the way up there. Yeah. Yeah, it would help if it were
Bigger table.
bigger table, maybe even put it on the floor and reposition the camera.
I'll just go for this camera over here.
Need more paint. Let them down here.
Alrighty, can I go wash my hands?
Yes, you can. Could you hand me the water before you do the little pitcher? And if it's empty, the big pitcher, put some.
empty.
Okay. Thank you. Perfect. Okay, this camera angle makes me a little nervous.
Well, it looks good. Tell us about what you're doing.
I am trying to get the elements of this visual metaphor for my life story to be harmoniously interconnected. And I follow my instincts, and my instincts said that the green was too bright. And it was competing with the blue of the sprinkler. So I thought, well, gold, summer lawn, Southern California, that ought to mute it and make it more connected instead of, it felt like the lawn and the sprinkler were separated. So there you go. Now, I might have gone a little further with the water than I should have without it taped down to keep the paper flat, but I'm definitely gonna stop right there.
I see a little puddle next to
I
the
do
turtle.
see that, so I'm going to get.
You need me to grab something?
Well, here's where the puddle. Here.
Puddle.
Just dab it in there, and anywhere else you see any puddling. But I am happy with the concept. Is there any other really wet spots? You can just, you don't have to be too shy about putting the paper on it.
Not really.
Cool. Well, I like it better.
Yeah.
I do, and it still doesn't feel totally, completely 100% done, but if I don't know what's next, like really confident instinct on it, I just wait. And that's part of slowing down and being in the moment and enjoying the process. All the wonderful things about using our imaginations and expressing all the different feelings and stimulating our immune system by doing it, and enhancing our lives, all the reasons I believe creative resourcefulness is right next to love and, you know, the most valuable stuff that we have, consciousness and concern for the planet and all the life and this beautiful home we share. So, what time are we at? I always lose track. Nope. Okay, so we could do a little wrap up?
Yep.
All right, are there any other questions or comments I didn't get to?
Yeah, there's one. What is your design aesthetic? If you can repeat it.
My design aesthetic? Whew, well, that's an interesting question. I love the elegance of simplicity. Nature is my muse. The cosmos, everything in it is my design teacher. My aesthetic. I've had people think my work was done hundreds of years ago by a Chinese man. My first published work, my Book of Cranes, that's what the sales force, all the reps and such thought. I've always loved going to museums and seeing really old and delicate stuff. The most basic cave paintings can be so beautiful to me. So simple, elegant, meaningful. I like paintings are a story in one still moment. And they have their own set of challenges, and so the storytelling through taking a feeling, mixing it with what we've observed and our imaginations, and coming up with a story. And this was my happy place as a little girl, when I used to hear the school bell and run home so I would have time before any of the other kids, the neighbor kids or my siblings got there, that I could have some time in the sprinkler with my my nature friends. So that's the story. It's Glee, and I'm liking it. And I'm liking what I'm learning doing this. So thank you to Bodhi for making the suggestion for this grant and helping me get it to illustrate my life stories. So what a wonderful process. What I've learned about myself is, yes, I came from an enormous amount of deprivation, but I had the wealth of imagination and self-love and love of the world that I could imagine beautiful places, and that's what I focused on. So that's really good to see about myself. And there is going to be some heavy stuff, but as Serena Catania said, even my co-founder of Sundance, even my really difficult stories are uplifting, she said, because of the way I process things. So I focus on the beauty. And there you go. So I'm really happy to be doing this. And Bodhi, you didn't really get to do any painting, but a few stars in deep space. That's a lot.
Oh, I really appreciate you including me, and it doesn't have to be a lot. They're your paintings, and I love seeing you bring them to fruition. And I just want to let people know to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Claire Cooley, CLARE, Claire without an I. And you can see more of her art there. You can get stencil designs, SVGs, and we're going to keep sharing things there. All of these live streams go there every week. And it's a great way to connect with her. It's kind of like her newsletter / art depository. And check out her memoir, Incandescence Rising Above Darkness, which is a beautiful book about her life stories of overcoming and how she used art and creativity to rise above tremendous adversity. And it's wonderful how, with all that she went through, these are the paintings that she chooses to create, these beautiful stories, and it really shows the creativity that she employed to get through, And so I think that the book is a very powerful read, and check it out. I put the QR code right there. All right, yeah, very excited. I'm looking forward to seeing what else you're doing in the next live streams. And thank you to everyone who asked questions and commented. And if I missed any of them, I'll make sure she hears them before next time, and we'll address them in her next live stream.
Sunday at noon, Sundays and Wednesdays at noon, and I'm going to move on to Peace Pedal Path.
Fantastic.
Which would be I'm looking forward to that one. Then there's going to be a couple of heavies probably, but there's beauty in heaviness. There certainly is depth. So hope to see you then, and please let me know anything you'd like me to talk about or show. I appreciate your feedback. Thanks so much. Thank